am really in love with her. I had to hit y'all with a little slow-mo, baby. Look at the curls, look at the bounce, look at the fullness. I used about 2.5 packs of hair and it came out perfect. Today we're doing a quick weave, and I've already done my braids because it's relatively simple, and I've showed you guys this braiding pattern a million times. I just have some side part leave out, a little bit of edges out in the front, and the back of my hair is braided into about 7 braids that are connected at the back. Real cute, real simple. The reason why I also didn't want to go into too much detail about my braided base is because I know everybody does their base differently. Some girls like to do a little mold down, some people like to do a little ponytail. You know how you want to do your base. But the gag is, lately I've been using this new technique to me for doing my quick weaves. That way my takedown is so much faster and I don't have as much glue in my hair. Washing my hair is a lot easier after I do my hair like this, and it lasts a lot longer, and I have to show you. So let's get into it. I've twisted my leave out of the way, and now we can get into the actual style. I'm going in with the Bold Hold Liquid Gold as my quick weave hair protectant, and this is where the magic happens. Instead of me doing my quick weave on my head or on a dome cap, because I feel like it's really hard to see through those, I like to do my quick weaves on a wig cap on my head, but I leave room around my part to lay tracks directly on my hair. I know that sounds like a lot. I'm gonna explain. Stick with me. Today's video is sponsored by Nadula Hair. They sent me 3 bundles of their 14-inch body wave hair. It's nice and full, straight out of the box, which I love. It's a cute little texture to it. I'm going for a big girl bob, like a grown woman bob vibe. Not super short, not overly styled, very simple, very professional, very, I don't know how to explain it, very grown, very sexy. I love her. I went ahead and washed and conditioned the bundles with some Suave shampoo and conditioner. Super inexpensive. I just like to do a quick little wash on the hair to make sure that there's no product left in it before we get into the styling. I feel like when I wash my bundles first, my curls last a lot longer, and I especially like to do it for styles like quick weaves where you're not gonna wash the style. So give her a quick little rinse before you put her in, for sure. Now, I'm sure you guys have noticed that before I put my little wig cap on my head, I actually went in with 2 shower caps, and that's what's going to protect my hair under my wig cap from having any glue on it. And it's also see-through like the wig cap, which I love, so we can see through it and make sure that we're laying our tracks exactly where we want them to lay for our quick weave unit. And of course the wig cap doesn't have any combs or clips, so I'm going to show you guys how I attach it a little bit later. But first things first, we have to lay these tracks. And I like to start off by laying my tracks from one side of my head all the way around to the other. And then after I lay a couple of tracks that way, I go in and lay the tracks straight across like normal from side to side. And I'm just working my way up my head, spacing the tracks about 1 centimeter apart until I finish laying all the tracks in the first bundle. And this is where we are. And as you can see, because my part is so close to the side, we kind of have way more room on one side. So with the second bundle, I'm going in and laying the tracks down the side of my hair on one side where my swoop is going to be, and straight across the back. And this is going to allow us to kind of fill in that space, because of course with our part so far on one side, it would be way more hair on this side. So to keep that density going, we're going to go ahead and fill in this big gap that y'all see on the right side, because we can't have that. Now, the further I get up, I'm starting to curve the tracks more in the front, and this is going to let the hair fall more in my face. I want that mysterious half of your eye covered type of vibe. So curving the tracks kind of guides the hair in that position, whereas if I laid them in a U shape, in the exact shape of my part, the hair would fall more down to the sides. It wouldn't give that same effect. So make sure you give her a little curve. I'm using Old Faithful, the Salon Pro glue. I'll link that down below as well. But honestly, this part is pretty self-explanatory. You really want to do it the exact same way that you would do a quick weave on your head, but we're just protecting our hair a lot more from the glue with that shower cap. And we're saving time because you don't have to mold your entire head down, so you don't have to wait for all of that product to dry. I feel like when we do a quick weave, we all want it to be quick. That's the entire point. But as the technique for quick weaves has evolved, it's gotten a little too complicated. And although this technique that I'm doing today has a couple of steps, I feel like overall, I've still been saving a little bit of time using it. I want to have to glue in as little hair as possible. So the closer I get to that line, the less hair I'm going to have to fill in with tracks onto my natural hair. I'm just going to give her a quick blow dry to make sure all of the glue on the cap is dry and all the bundles are dry because I did wash them. You want to make sure everything is 100% dry before you take this cap off your head because it will come apart if it is not. That would be a tragedy because like I said, quick weaves are quicker than other styles, but they take a little bit of time and we are not trying to waste it. So get in there with that blow dryer and make sure she is dry from the rooter to the tutor, please, okay? I also gave her a quick detangle with the paddle brush just to make sure everything is nice and combed through before we take her off. And as you can see, our hair is protected. It's not glue everywhere. Yes, ma'am. I don't have to wash my hair if I want to take my hair down. I can pop a wig right over these exact same braids. And I just have a little bit more styling options because I will leave my hair braided for a month if you let me, sweetheart. I swear it makes your hair grow. I am one of the dirty hair grows type of girls. I don't care what nobody says. If I leave my hair alone, it grows. And I don't think it's so much about it being dirty because I do wash my braids weekly, even if I do keep them in, but it's more about minimizing manipulation. Once my hair is braided, it's braided. I oil it, I wash it once a week, and I leave her alone. And it just allows my hair to grow and flourish without manipulation and split ends and carrying on. Now, what we are doing to attach this little hair piece that we made to our head is just stretching it over our braids and sewing it around the perimeter. If it was heavier hair, like longer hair or more bundles, I would sew a couple of places throughout the wig as well, just so it's not so much tension on my edges. But this wig was relatively lightweight because it's so short, even though she is full, honey. Okay, so first things first, you want to sew around your part because that's the part that has to be laid. Okay, that's the part you know has to be in place. Everything else we can finesse a little bit. So I start sewing around the part and then I work my way around the edges. Once I finish sewing, I trim any additional thread and any scraggly little hairs, and that is it as far as installing the hairpiece. And as you can see, I still have a little gap around my leave out, which is what we want because I want to glue tracks right here to make sure it is nice and flat like a traditional quick weave. But the gag is we already applied our hair protecting product. Whatever one you choose, whether that be the bold hold that I used or whatever one you feel comfortable with, we've already applied it. Let it dry. It had plenty of time to dry while we were gluing everything else down, and now we can pop in a couple of tracks to fill in the space on either side. And then I do one long part around the entire leave out just to finish everything up and make sure it looks nice and smooth and polished. It's not a lot of like jointed pieces and all of that. You don't want a lot of connecting pieces around your part. Keep it nice and smooth with one little finishing track. I'm going to run my blow dryer through everything just like I did with the wig around the part just to make sure it's nice and dry before we start to style it. And as you can see, it is so flat, but it's kind of like a sew-in quick weave hybrid situation, and it lasts so long. When I do traditional sew-ins, the tracks around the edges of my hair are always the first to lift. So with this, they're sewed down and I don't have to worry about it. Not to mention, I can take this off and I can wash it on the ends a lot more precisely when I can see it, and I can reapply it. Pop her in a wig bag and call it a day. If you need to make any repairs, do that, but you just have a lot more options. I love this technique, and this hair looks so full. I was worried that I should have got a 16-inch, but the length actually came out to be perfect for the look that I'm going for. I'm going in with my 1-inch Babyliss Pro flat irons to flat iron my leave out. I like to give my roots a couple of passes, and then I do one pass down the length of my hair. The ends of my hair tend to be a little bit more heat trained, so my roots be needing a little more love with the heat, okay? But do whatever works for you, and if you do this technique with a curly texture or a texture that matches the texture of your hair, blend it however you need to, child. I think the main takeaway for me is the technique. And of course, if you guys are interested in this hair, the link will be down below in the description bar as always. And if I have any coupon codes, they will be there as well, because I'm here to help you save coins, okay? We have a symbiotic relationship and I like that, okay? Y'all show up for me, I show up with y'all with the tea and the coupon codes. Like, we besties. I thought we were on the same page. Now, like I said, this length is darn near perfect. So I literally only trimmed off maybe a ½ inch of hair just to make sure that the bottom gave blunt cut. I wanted it to look like I had a blunt cut a year ago and I'm letting my hair grow out. That is it. That's the perfect way to describe the look I'm going for. I had a blunt cut a year ago and I'm letting my hair grow out. It's low-key, I'm trying to recreate my hair without getting any more heat damage, because I've been going real hard with the flat irons lately. You know, maybe this tutorial is therapeutic for me. I think I'm finding things out about myself right now. Anyway, I'm going in and giving my edges a little curl, because of course we're going to do a little soft baby hair with the bob and the soft curls, honey. You just have to. And I'm going in with my 1-inch flat iron to curl the hair as well. In hindsight, I could have went in with a larger curling iron to get the look that I actually want day 1, but I went in with tighter curls, and by day 2, it was giving like exactly what I wanted it to give. But because I did the tighter curls first, the curls lasted a lot longer. So do what you will, okay? Go for the bigger curls day 1 and be ready for them to fall, or go for the tighter curls day 1 and they will last forever. Pick your poison. I'm just going through and curling everything, going straight back to get that big, fluffy, tousled, scrumptious look. I am obsessed with this hair. I'm not gonna lie. I wore my hair like this for like a week and I was not supposed to. So, yeah. She kind of ate. She ate down. I really did enjoy her. I definitely want to start to do more short looks because I love the way they look on me. I think I just like playing with the long hair more. It's more fun to play with, you know, more hair. But as far as what looks good on me, this bob very much so gave. It's given very much so I turned 30 in 2 months. And I love that for me. I was having a little midlife crisis at first, but I'm coming around to it. I'm actually really, really excited about it and kind of exploring what this new era is going to be like for me. Where my girls who are turning 30, how you feeling about it? But this is the finished look. I hope that you guys really enjoyed today's video because I thoroughly enjoyed this hair, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, babes. Nadula.